The scariest stories from real life with evidence taken. The phenomenon of poltergeist. In 1977, the American family Anfield visited Poltergeist. And not some mysterious spirit there, mysteriously disappearing before the appearance of strangers. No, this spirit was not afraid of any observers who left the Anfield house dumbfounded, not knowing how to explain the mysterious phenomena that were happening there. In the house, someone constantly dropped furniture, mysterious and eerie sounds sounded in the house, and someone threw people into the air, like dolls. The girl who was most pissed off by the spirit levitated above the bed. Teleportation cases were also observed within the house. Subsequently, this story formed the basis of the horror film Spell 2, although few people know that it is based on very real events. Sleep for Two. How often does it happen that two people see the same dream, each from its own point of view? This is exactly what happened with one couple who shared this story online. The guy dreamed that he had cheated on his girlfriend, and then, looking out the window, he saw her standing on the street with a face distorted from grief and horror. Waking up, he threw a strange dream out of his head and did not remember him for several days, until a friend told him that she dreamed that very night that she had caught him in treason. In her dream, she stood on the street and looked out the window, behind which he made love to another. Taos Rumble. Unlike many other mystical stories, the truth of this can be confirmed not by one or two people, but by several thousand, almost all the inhabitants of the small town of Taos in the state of New Mexico. One far from perfect day, almost 2 decades ago, all the inhabitants of the city simultaneously began to hear some strange sound, similar to the rumbling of a bass engine. This hum was heard everywhere and did not stop for a minute. However, all attempts to find its source, either by ear or using equipment, failed. The noise did not get louder, but it did not stop. Mysterious footprints. This legend has been almost 100 years old, but even today it sounds scary. In 1922, a seed living on a small farm near Munich hired a maid. But soon she hurriedly left the house, claiming that he was occupied by ghosts. A few days later, the owner, Andreas Gruber, discovered mysterious tracks. They led from the forest to the farm, but there were no reverse tracks. Soon, one of the family members heard footsteps in the attic. After inspecting the attic, the family found newspapers that they never bought. Soon a new maid was hired into the house. The very next day, she and the whole family were brutally murdered by the blows of a pickaxe. There was no such massacre in those parts, so the authorities paid the investigation the closest attention.